morning I would like to remind all of us, actually I wanted to say this the first moment that we met, that this is really a pilgrimage, and as such it involves sacrifices, difficulties. I wanted to say this while we were on the bus going to the airport. But then I knew that some of you were not with us, especially Canada and Bonnie from Chicago. So this is the moment that I would like to remind all of us. And June was not, she was coming also. But I do have to say that any pilgrimage whatsoever will take a little sacrifice. Just, we were reminded by Raymond that we have Eddie who comes here on the vigil of the Feast of the Transfiguration. How many hours?
5 hours from Nazareth.
5 hours from Nazareth, walking. And usually when you go to these places of pilgrimages, you always have people walking miles and miles. We certainly complain about the little things that like my friend that now has become my friend, the guy who was not allowing us to move beyond probably he didn't want us to fall off the cliff. That was one of the reasons. I guess, to put it blindly, I would say, just like you never know, because on the other side there was the town of Nazareth, and they were trying to do the same thing to Jesus. Remember, his own people, the people from Nazareth, wanted to throw him off the cliff. Simply because he had told them, well, this is a special day. Remember that? Mm-hmm. That beautiful passage. But the conclusion of the passage was, well, he passed through them and went away. Why? Because the hour had not yet come. This hour was not there. Well, these, I often, very often, I meditate on the life of the apostles, and I can truly understand, because I've been a priest for so long, and I have gone through the same experiences, many times of the apostles. They had been called, they had been taught something by the good Lord, they had seen miracles, that he had performed. But also, they had heard the good Lord speak about the Passion, going up to Jerusalem, on the way to Jerusalem, so that he may suffer and die. Poor Peter, you remember that particular time when he said, hey, what are you talking about? Probably you're making some mistake here. They were there, like the zealot and so on and so forth, and all the other apostles. They had that in mind. Remember the sons of Zebedee, John and James. The mother comes to the good Lord and says, hey, listen, in your kingdom, mothers, in your kingdom, don't forget my children. I would like one to sit on your right, the other one on your left. In other words, make one prime minister, the other one, like a foreign minister or whatever, in charge. We would say, Secretary of State and Secretary of Defense in the United States. No less than that. And Jesus must have smiled and said, all right, can you drink the cup that I'm going to drink? And they said, yeah. I didn't know what it was. It wasn't wine or anything of the kind. Now, they had gone through very difficult moments with this quote-unquote strange master They call him master by that time. At the beginning, he was a regular guy, but now is the master. The good Lord thought, well, I'm going to give them some kind of consolation. How? He came. We saw Nazareth there, the lake of Gennesaret, the Sea of Galilee, whatever, all those things. So they came up here. They walked up here, no buses, no highways, nothing, huh? I have to confess that the first time I walked up here from down there. I did. And it's really not bad, because it gives you time to meditate, to be with the Lord. So what else is we're here for that, not particular. But anyhow, I do have to tell you that it must have been really so incredible for those 3 apostles to be there, like, Peter, and the other 2, John and James. Wow, they must have said, look at this. Guess what? Peter, the fisherman, all right? We know that Paul was a tent maker, okay? Guess what? This ignorant tent maker, Peter, says to the Lord, hey, listen, I will make for you 3 tents. Look at the complete change in this man. First of all, he doesn't know how to make tents. He invents himself. He said, yeah, it's so fulgurating, this idea, of having there at the sea almost a glimpse of paradise, a glimpse of heaven. He says, I'll make you three tents. Now. And the other thing, he's not interested about himself and his companions. He's interested only about those 3. Jesus, Elijah, and Moses. He's selfless. He's not egoistic. His ego has completely disappeared, because he's thinking in terms of himself. Jesus, the Master. What a beautiful, glorious moment that I am living right now. Why don't we stay here? And look, 3 tents for the 3 of you. We will stay here, just like this. As we are this morning here in this beautiful chapel. And this is the place. It happened. So I'm tempted to say to all of us, okay, why don't we stay here? I don't know, the Franciscan trouble that will throw us out. Raymond has to go home. But, but see, they're saying yes. They're saying yes. In other words, they agree. Our wish to stay here. And let me tell you, after the confusion that we went through, I feel that most probably we would like to rest here and meditate and talk to the good Lord and say, hey, talk to those 3 and say, how did you feel? We would like to feel the same way. No, this is not the case. He comes down. And he says, sorry, Aldina, Doris, I have something else for you to do. We can't stay here. We have to go to Jerusalem. Not because we are going to Jerusalem. We have to go to Jerusalem. We will be given a great triumph. And then the same people that will say, hey, hail to the Son of David. 4 days later, they will say, crucifige him, crucify him. Same people, same people, same people. So he's ready for it. He knows. They do not. They feel, all right, let's go down the hill. And we have a lot to do. You and I, as I have said already once, and I will repeat this all through this pilgrimage, we have a lot to do once we finish this pilgrimage. It's going to be beautiful. It is beautiful. It is great. But it's not enough. Our lives will not be the same. Our lives will be changed. We will talk about this. We will talk about our experience. We will make sure that the people around us will be so penetrated by this message that we have received that definitely life will not be the same, not even for them, not even for them, for the people around us. They will see an aura of change in us. I have to say that the Reverend Father Angel, this short who died, said to me, Monsignor, oh no, don't take this vestment. I was dressed in a regular vestment. He said, no, I want to give you this vestment. Why? Because just to see glory. Most probably, when we would go down in other places in Jerusalem, we would give you a very normal vestment. Let's go down from there. Understand what he wants from me, from each one of us, and let us understand that whatever message we give to the world will be the message we got here on this Mount Tabor. Let us understand that even though we look for heaven, and I have news for you, I do not wish to be saved by myself. I want all of us, 100 years from now, to be celebrating together in heaven as we are celebrating today. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.